name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up, 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter, when they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one, made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up, I had to get back up. I can't take no off, you better call back up. I'm running it down to finish, I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big, better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again, I'm ready to intend on.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Drop deep, drop deep. Watch tight end. 4 down, alert.
Now Allen off the bootleg. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Check 13.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Mike, 53, Mike. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lock. This is the tight end Fant. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 41, Allen. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
40. Hey, that's what I do.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Lock now on first down. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. But he hits his man, Matthews. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
First down, Denver.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Rock it. Recon, 132 fighter. Switch. 49, check 49. Snap.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Watch safety three. Safety three. Let's go.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Drew Lock with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
On 2nd and 15 now. Allen is going to go for a big play down into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Hamilton, the 4th-round pick, had a very productive career at Penn State where he was teammates with Saquon Barkley. And the tandem of he and Cortland Sutton brings some solid youth to that Bronco receivers room. And now the 24-year-old Hamilton hoping to build on what was a 30-catch campaign from a season ago as a rookie. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Locke to throw. He finds his target. It's Matthews. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. Locke now, nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Locke. And that's intercepted. It's Darius Leonard, the 2018 Defensive Rookie of the Year. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Allen throwing again. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll run on first down. It's Mack, and he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Allen. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Down. 70, Indy. Bravo. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. And come on.
After the turnover, here's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
First down.
90, Wolf.
58, come on. Let's go, defense.
6-6, bullet high.
Here we go.
Shoot.
On play action, Lock. He'll have a first down inside the 10. Bryant has it. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
Watch the flag, watch the flag, watch the flag. Watch the flag, motion, flag.
X3, 218, chopper. Five.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
80 weapon.
It's our time.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Well, down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To the air, Allen. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Duke Dawson picks it, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Broncos
Lock now. Pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Lobo. Ready.
A final shot before half for Locke. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Ready.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Pilot, 64, wait.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game. It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off right around the 43, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
50, plant. 10, 10. Bristol, travel.
Check 26, check 26.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. It's the sackmaster, Justin Houston, who comes up with it. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. The big boy's big dream right there. He got to rumble and stumble all the way for 6.
Nothing like big man with football, is there? I mean, that brings people onto their feet every single time. And his dream was answered on that one, wasn't it? It was realized. He picks it off and takes it to the end zone.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. On 3rd down, Locke, and that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a man. Complete. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the Broncos' 38-yard line.
They'll go again here with Mack. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. He really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard, that's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Hey, Delta. Get it.
3rd and 2, Lock's going to throw to Mixon on the check down. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Lock now, perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side, and he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. He completes this to Sutton, and they move this all the way down to the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the gun to give to Mixon. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Lock now on 3rd and goal. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. He's at the 40. The 20. 10, 5, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
Well, it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a
That's
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's Marlon Mack. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Escaping the pressure right. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts 1st down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And that is caught on the right sideline but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all. Once, one big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. the 30, past the 20, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Now McManus for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. And now here is another interception. Sua Cravens with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, Alpha.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Clock now on 1st down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 25 yards that time.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Hey,
Look at me. Go, go. Go, go. Five.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum, filet at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak.
Filet, 10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. They'll start on the ground with Mack. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd and 2, Allen. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Allen.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload that you and I both know. Well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Hey, lock it.
25, check 25, check 25. Check, check, check.
Into the red zone, it's locked. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll actually throw it with Locke. It's caught by Bryant. And stopped a few yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss, and they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.